Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good Friday morning. It's September 8th. Welcome to Good Morning San Antonio at 9 o'clock. I'm glad to be hanging out with you guys at 9 a.m.
We're glad to have you. Happy Friday, by the way.
Happy Friday to you, too.
It'll be a busy day for you because I know you're with us early, but also you're going to be busy with high school football tonight.
David and I are going to be out there at the SAISD Sports Complex later today, part of our big game coverage.
All right. Well, we look forward to that, but I know you're going to be outdoors, so it might be a little hot this Friday afternoon.
Definitely.
Justin, he has to look out for that heat, right?
It's a smidge toasty. Hey, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rank this football weekend, RJ?
Let's go with 10 right there. 10.
Solid 10.
That's a correct
Go
answer.
big or go home.
You're right. You're right about that. But be very careful if you are heading out to football games tonight because these temperatures are pretty incredible. I can't believe I'm saying this again, but we're going to be up around 105 this afternoon. Another record high. Let me show you the highs across Texas. It's bad here. It's even worse as you get up towards Dallas, Fort Worth. 107 there, 108 in Austin, 110 in Wichita Falls today, 105 in Laredo. Heat sticks around this weekend too, but it won't be this hot. I think this is where we peak. So know that today is our hottest day in the 7-day forecast. As we look ahead, yes, it does cool. I mean, slightly, but it cools down. 103 Saturday, 101 Sunday, both potentially records. But by the time we get into next week, temperatures ease down into the 90s, and my hope is that beyond Tuesday, we go even cooler with the prospect of a weak frontal boundary moving through. So here's a look at the weather headlines. We're going to get you the latest on next week's front. Well, when's the timing? What does the timing look like? And what about rain chances? Plus, the weekend, yes, it will be hot, but we've also got a few storms possible. And we've got to talk about Hurricane Lee. A Category 5 storm now could be among the strongest hurricanes ever in the Atlantic. More on that in just a bit. But we got to get over to the traffic center now and see how things are going there. Good morning, Stephen.
Hey, good morning and happy Friday to everybody. Thankfully, the roads are a little bit more quiet than what we saw earlier this morning. Morning rush has pretty much come to an end, but you can see behind me, roads are never quiet here in and around the Alamo City. Looks like we have a frozen shot there at 1604 Culebra, but other than that, traffic is moving in other directions. 410 at Marbach. We do have some long shadows out there. May be wise to pack some sunglasses. Still some slowdowns there at 410 at Fredericksburg. Just be on the lookout. As you get a look behind me, as roads are quiet, yes, but we're going to see work ramp up. And again, we have to talk about that 1604 North expansion project. TxDOT put out an alert earlier this weekend. So did we. We have a full article on our website right now, but let's tell you what's happening there along 1604. This project has been divided into 5 segments, but currently 3 are under construction. That spans about 12 miles, as you see on your screen, from Bandera Road all the way to 281. And we're going to see work along these 3 segments over the next few weeks. As a quick reminder, here along segment 1, Bandera to I-10. This is current until Monday, 8 in the evening to 5 in the morning. We'll see the westbound frontage road lane closure from I-10 to John Peace Boulevard and La Cantera Parkway. A lot of text on your screen, but if you scan this QR code, that text will be on your phone. That takes you directly to our KSAT traffic page. I have a full list of all the closures happening in and around the Alamo City this weekend, including a full article that breaks down the 1604 North expansion project. Plan your commute ahead of time. Guys?
Good idea. Thank you, Stephen.
Here's today's 9 at 9.
Much of Day 3's testimony in the impeachment trial of suspended Attorney General Ken Paxton was from former top official Ryan Bangert. Over 2 days of testimony, Bangert walked senators through 9 months of Paxton's, quote, alarming behavior in 2020, saying he repeatedly expressed concerns with Paxton over his demands to work on Nate Paul's behalf. During cross-examination, Paxton's lawyer sought to attack the credibility of Bangert's claims. The trial continues today.
The controversial buoys in the Rio Grande will be allowed to stay at least for now. An appeals court has granted Texas's request for a stay in the case pending a ruling by the court. The ruling comes just a day after a federal judge ordered the state to remove the floating barriers by next Friday at its own expense. The judge had also barred the state from putting more buoys in the river.
The Union of Auto Workers isn't slamming the brakes on the idea of striking. General Motors made a counteroffer yesterday that features a 10% pay hike. And while the president of General Motors believes a deal can be reached, the UAW president said GM's counteroffer was, quote, an insulting proposal. It doesn't come close to an equitable agreement, end quote.
After months of picketing, actors and writers have revived a push for strikers to receive unemployment benefits. A similar bill stalled in the state Senate 4 years ago, facing opposition from the California Chamber of Commerce, which claimed that there's a difference between someone losing their job and someone who decides to strike.
The cost of health insurance is going up, and the Wall Street Journal is reporting that employer coverage layouts are expected to rise about 6.5% next year. Analysts noting last year's inflation is now being reflected in new insurers' contracts with hospitals. Workers will also likely end up paying more for the coverage. Helping fuel the increase are higher labor costs and heavy demand for expensive diabetes and obesity drugs.
Mortgage rates tick down for the second week in a row. However, home affordability is at its lowest level in nearly 4 decades. The 30-year fixed-rate mortgage averaged 7.12%. That's down from 7.18% the week before. It's the 4th consecutive week that rates have been above 7% as inflation pressure lingers.
Apple is urging iPhone and iPad owners to update their operating systems immediately. The company issued an update that fixes a vulnerability that hackers may already be exploiting. The security flaw exists in iOS 16.6.1.
The party is back on at Party City. The store exited bankruptcy after a judge signed off on its reorganization plans. Party City filed for bankruptcy in January after struggling to pay off its debt load. The reorganization cancels nearly $1 billion of its debt, and while some of its stores will close due to the bankruptcy agreement, the company says the majority will stay open.
Snapchat says it's working to make its app even safer for teenagers. The new features and policies include restrictions on friend suggestions and a new system for taking down age-inappropriate content. Snapchat also put out YouTube videos for parents about the features and an updated website laying out its teen safety and parental control policies. And that's today's 9 at 9.
In your morning headlines, King Charles honoring his mother a year after her death, and the one-chip challenge burned up quick, according to David here, because it was so spicy.
Plus, rescuers are still trying to get a scientist out of a deep cave. David Sears is here with all of those morning headlines.
If you're claustrophobic, you may not like this story.
No, definitely not.
Deep.
Yeah.
We're talking deep. We're not talking like a few feet. We're talking like a few thousand feet. Yeah. We'll get to that in just a second. Let's start with this. It has been 1 year since the death of Queen Elizabeth, her son, and now King Charles is spending today taking time to reflect on his mother's life and pay tribute to her. He recalled her long years of service. While she is still adored by throngs of Brits, not so much for King Charles. It has not been an easy transition. Just about every event he attends, there are protesters with signs, "Not my king," who elected him. It is mostly young people who disapprove. 52% of those aged 18 to 24 not happy with him. Only 28% have a positive view of him.
All the polls suggest that the younger generation have really not connected with him and don't really see the point of an unelected head of state. So I think there's work to do there.
This may help or may not. They have unveiled a commemorative coin in honor of the late Queen. Rather a large coin, kind of like the size of a basketball. You're not going to be able to carry that in your pocket, that's for sure. It's 8 pounds worth of gold. Also has 6,400 diamonds. And it's worth about $23 million. Another one of those challenges got a little too spicy and did not go like the company had intended. It was called the One Chip Challenge, hosted by the company Pagua. They made an over-the-top spicy tortilla chip. Now, the chips have been pulled from the shelves out of an abundance of caution because teenagers started taking part in the challenge, and it was only supposed to be for adults. You were supposed to eat just one chip, the chip made with seasoning from a Carolina Reaper pepper and a Naga Viper pepper. Apparently, they're very hot. A family from Massachusetts says their 14-year-old tried the One Chip Challenge and had one chip and died hours later. Family convinced the chip had something to do with his death, still waiting on the exact cause of death. The company did say the chips were not for anyone with sensitivity to spicy foods or food allergies or folks with underlying health conditions. They have offered refunds on the single-serve items. Mark Dickey says he was close to the edge, like the edge of death. Dickey is a scientist, and he is stuck in a cave in Turkey thousands of feet down, and he got very, very sick. Dickey was part of an expedition to map the cave. While down deep in the cave, we're talking about 3,400 feet, he got sick, started bleeding eternally. He was obviously in need of medical attention. It took 3 days, but rescuers, including doctors, were able to get to him. They gave him 6 pints of blood. Dickey was able to send out a message after he was treated.
up, I'm alert, I'm talking, but I'm not healed on the inside yet, so I'm going to need a lot of help to get out of here.
And even though he does feel a little better, now the challenge is to get him to the surface and get him more medical attention. Normally, it would take about 15 hours to get back to the surface, but if they have to haul the 40-year-old out on a stretcher, it could take up to 2 weeks. First, they have to get the stretcher to him, and then the team attending Dickie can get messages to the surface as well. The only problem, it takes about 5 hours for the message to get to the surface and be received. So that just tells you how deep this situation really is. So that's kind of scary.
Yeah, very scary situation.
Yeah, I remember I did a story, Natural Bridge Caverns, where it showed us what zero darkness was.
Yeah.
And I mean, for 5 seconds, it was a tough situation. Like you mentioned, claustrophobic. Hopefully they get able to help Mark out.
And they have to maneuver around all these rocks, which are solid rocks, so that's hard. It's wet, it's cold, it's dark, it's all kinds of
very challenging.
Scary stuff down there.
Yeah.
So,
Hopefully soon.
Hopefully you get out of there. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, David. Time now is 9:08 and 83 degrees for now. Still ahead on GMSA at 9.
We are getting ready for a big weekend of football in the next half hour. David will be back. We're going to preview the big I-35 rivalry game between UTSA and Texas State. But first,
the community is invited to watch an international youth concert next week. The students that are participating and the meaning behind the concert coming up next.
welcome back to GMSA at 9 o'clock. An international youth orchestra will be taking the stage in San Antonio alongside local students next week.
Tiffany Huertas joins us live from the Radius Center downtown to tell us more about the Bridging Cultures International Youth Concert. Good morning, Tiffany.
Good morning, RJ and Stephanie. This Friday, some exciting news. Next week, the community is invited. High school students from 12 countries will be coming to San Antonio and performing with students that are part of YOSA, the Youth Orchestras of San Antonio. And this morning, Amir, he's part of SOS. That's another nonprofit organization. And you all are hosting the students. So tell me about this exciting next week event.
Yeah, so we're going to have a concert, International Youth Orchestra concert, next week, Wednesday, 7 p.m. at St. Philip's College. And these are students from our sister city of Darmstadt, Germany, which we took students to back in 2019. So we went there in 2019. We're bringing a different group of students here to do this concert. And they're from not just Darmstadt, but from their sister cities as well, all over Europe. So 12 different countries, Spain, France, Poland, Ukraine, many more.
What is the meaning behind the concert?
Yeah, so the meaning behind the concert is about how music, language divides us maybe sometimes, but music can unify us, right? Culture might be different, but music can bring us together. So bringing everybody together to understand our common values and the things that we care about as human beings and to see the things we have in common.
And we've reported on stories with your organization, SOS. You all do a lot of volunteering and a lot of different projects. Tell us about those.
Absolutely. So Students of Service, SOS, we build young leaders who have a global perspective to solve local problems. And we do that through our 3 pillars: learn, serve, and explore. So students learn about the world, the community, and the process themselves. They serve the community, hands-on service activities with the food bank, the diaper bank, animal shelters, veterans causes, elderly causes, you name it. And then they have a chance to go abroad, even on scholarship, and to countries all around the world. So we've taken over 600 travelers to 19 different countries and counting over the last 9 years.
Okay, sign me up because I need to go and travel more. Tell us about just the details of next week's event and how can the community participate?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's going to be next week on Wednesday at 7 p.m. That'll be the concert at St. Philip's College, and we'll have information on our social media channels as well about this. And we're partnering with the city of San Antonio. We're partnering with YOSA. And so everybody coming together to help put this concert on. We're also having host families who are just ordinary people from our community who stepped up to open their homes to these students, which is really exciting. And we're going to take them and do some fun Texas things like to the Missions and to the Alamo and even to SeaWorld and have some fun things for these students so that they go back to Europe and talk about how great San Antonio is.
They're going to talk about the heat as well because it is hot out here. Well, I am so excited for all of their adventures. Thank you so much. We'll continue chatting here. We'll bring you more coming up on the noon show. We'll send it back to you.
We look forward to it. Thank you, Tiffany.
Yeah, YOSA always does a great job with all these orchestras and getting the youth involved there. Okay, taking a look at live cam there. Justin, we got bright, clear skies there, and it's getting a little bit warmer now.
Not a cloud, not a cloud. And what you'll see with these temperatures coming up is you're going to take some big jumps. I mean, we've seen that every day this summer, but today especially, I think by noontime we're already going to be in the mid to upper 90s.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's going to be a rough day.
Very soon.
Rough day. There is good news, though, beyond that. So we start with the stats. 105 is what we're forecasting today. So far this year, and honestly, this is an incredible number. We've had 17 days at 105 or more. And to put that into perspective, there are many, many years in which we haven't hit 105 at all. And if we do, it's 1 or 2 days out of the year. This is the top 5. And you got to go to last year to get to second place. And there was only 4 days last year in which we had 105 or above. So this year has just been so brutal when it comes to the heat. And here we go again. 105 is the forecast. Places like New Braunfels could go as high as 106, 105 Pleasanton, 102 in Uvalde. Sunny skies, maybe some lower humidity by the afternoon. So that's one good thing. There won't be a huge heat index, but man, if you're heading out to these Friday night football games, you got to be so very careful, especially if you're sitting in the sun. At kickoff, still 101. Sunset will be around a 7:49. Halftime, 96. Very little cool down. Temperatures don't cool down much at all. Southeasterly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, and it will still be warm even towards the game's end. Here's like the current temperatures. 85 in New Braunfels, 82 in Seguin, 81 Bernie. There is a bit of a heat index right now. It feels like 90 in New Braunfels. Feels like 88 here in San Antonio. So the humidity is there for now. Again, it probably goes away a little bit during the afternoon. What about rainfall? Well, we know it's been a rough year in that regard as well. Since September 1st, obviously, we haven't picked up any rain, and we're about an inch below average for the month. But since January 1st, 13.86, we're down 7.87 inches now. We dug quite a hole after what was a pretty good spring for us, and so the rain would be, some rain would be a good thing. Do we have any in the forecast today? No. Today is quiet. But as we get into tomorrow, and this is noontime tomorrow, things may change a little bit as we head into the afternoon. Now, the rain chances tomorrow aren't great, but it does show, this computer model shows a few showers and storms popping up, especially north of San Antonio as we get into Saturday night. Something to watch, because I think if we could get some storms to develop, they could produce some gusty winds. So we do need to keep an eye on that, but it won't interrupt your weekend plans. Just know that there could be 1 or 2 storms on the radar Saturday night. The long-term forecast here, weak frontal boundary, on Sunday should help to kick off a few more showers and storms. We've raised rain chances just a little bit for Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening. Again, not something that should cause you to cancel your plans on Sunday. Just know that late in the day, there could be some activity. By the time we get into Monday, I think Monday's really a pretty quiet day. Most of the activity is going to be to our north. But here comes that next front. And by late Tuesday, we should see some showers and storms in the hill country. And then by Wednesday morning into Wednesday afternoon, once this front slowly passes through, we should get some more activity to develop. Rain chances aren't great with this front, as high as I would like them to be. But there is an opportunity to get some rain. And yes, it will be a little bit cooler. 103 Saturday, 101 Sunday. You see the small rain chances there. 20% Saturday, 30% chance Sunday. Not much of a chance Monday. Tuesday, it's basically late in the day. And then with that front, a 30% chance Wednesday and Thursday. And we do cool down into the mid-90s and low 90s versus the upper 90s and 100s. So there is some optimism here in the 7-day forecast. Just know that today is going to be very, very toasty.
Not looking forward to it. Also, for people driving out on the near northwest side, not looking forward to this right here. We have appears to be a incident here, Loop 410 at Fredericksburg around the Babcock area. So that's Loop 410 west, and we can see right there from TransGuide that the far right lane is blocked right now.
Yeah, it's a clear shot that says accident to use caution this Friday morning.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so moving on here, we'll continue to follow that, but it is now 9:20, and what is that, 83 degrees out there?
Yes. For now, 83.
For now, on your Friday morning.
A Northwest Side Chinese restaurant given 10 days to hire pest control to get rid of a roach problem. Tim Gerber takes us behind the kitchen door to see what else inspectors found when we come back.
Welcome back to GMSA at 9. A convenience store on the northeast side with a history of low scores barely passed their July health inspection.
And the Chinese restaurant was given 10 days to hire pest control services after an inspector found live and dead roaches hanging out in the kitchen.
Yeah, Tim Gerber takes us behind the kitchen door.
410 corner stop located in the 2300 block of Northeast Loop 410 kicks things off with a barely passing 70. It's the third time they've been featured on BKD, and this is their lowest score so far. The inspector found eggs being stored in a bucket at room temp. Foods inside the hot hold weren't hot enough. The soda machine nozzles were dirty, and there was a mold-like buildup inside the ice machine. Employees weren't properly washing their hands, and cooks weren't wearing hair restraints. 9 of the violations were corrected during the inspection, but a re-inspection was still required. La Soya's Taqueria, located in the 13,000 block of West Avenue, earned a 77 on their July inspection. They had to toss out food in a fridge that didn't cool properly. An employee was seen handling raw chicken, then using their phone and then touching ready-to-eat jalapenos without washing their hands. Those jalapenos were discarded. They were also displaying an outdated inspection report. Chinese Mexican Grill at 1302 Somerset Road got an 83. 4 of their refrigeration units were too warm. The food had to be discarded. They were told not to use the units until they were fixed and approved for use by the health department. Eggs and other raw foods were found stored above veggies and pre-cooked egg rolls. A re-inspection was required. Jin Chinese restaurant on Glen Ridge Drive earned an 84 in a re-inspection. Raw chicken and shrimp were too warm. They were told to fix a cooler to make sure it maintained the proper temps. Live and dead roaches were found behind and under cooking equipment in the kitchen. They were given 10 days to hire pest control services and show proof. They also needed to do some cleaning to remove a buildup of grime and grease under the cooking equipment. That's what's going on behind the kitchen door. Tim Gerber, KSAT 12 News.
All right, it is 9:26 on your Friday morning, and we've gone up 1 degree, 84 degrees. Here we go. It's going to be a scorcher today.
Yeah, so it begins. Well, a lot coming up on GMSA at 9, including how 2 of the city's largest school districts are fixing a big problem when it comes to getting students to Friday night football games.
Kind of a perfect storm. You know, it's a shortage of bus drivers. It's the timing of when schools are letting out. And it's also the construction that's going on in 1604.
Oh yeah, a lot of stuff there. But speaking of high school football games, David and I will be back. We'll be out at our big game of the week later tonight between Sam Houston and Jefferson. We're going to have a preview of that matchup and much more when we come back.
And as we head to break, a peek into day 4 of the impeachment trial for suspended Attorney General Ken Paxton. So right now it's a live look from inside the Senate chamber of the Texas Capitol. Whistleblower Ryan Bosser is continuing his testimony right now, and we are continuing to live stream this historic proceeding on our website at KSAT.com. So you can head over there to continue watching this feed. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to GMSA at 9. It is 9:30 in the morning, and later tonight, the football action is actually going to start a little bit later for 2 of the city's largest school districts.
That's right. A bus driver shortage, ongoing construction, and rush hour traffic is forcing Northeast ISD and Northside ISD to bump all their Friday games back to 7:30 p.m.
All right, so I spoke with officials from both districts who actually tell us that this is a win-win for everyone. The band, the cheerleaders,
Go Panthers!
and spirit squads all make for a fun football atmosphere. But now the Friday night lights will shine a bit later for NEISD and NISD.
In big picture, it definitely is better for all of our students and all of our community.
Alfonso Alvarado is the band director at O'Connor High School. Last week, his 225 band students were held up in heavy traffic and congestion and missed some pregame activities.
We were able to get there safely and a little behind, but nonetheless, we were there to support the team.
This week, the districts agreed to move kickoff back to 7:30.
It's kind of a perfect storm. You know, it's a shortage of bus drivers. It's the timing of when schools are letting out. And it's also the construction that's going on in 1604.
The earlier start time was putting a strain on drivers taking kids home and then having to return to campus.
We're already running double runs at the elementary level, at the middle school level, at the high school level.
Tessie Solis with NISD says this is also a sign of growth in the area.
Taft, Harlan, Sotomayor, Brennan, all of these 4 high schools in one of the fastest growing zip codes in the nation.
And now everyone can get to the game safe and on time.
People email us, call us with their concerns about it and want to know what we're doing and how we could fix this, and we've listened to them.
We take at least 14 buses to a game. I think they do an amazing job. Our drivers do an amazing job.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to all the bus drivers out there getting the kids to and from school. So in regards to this story, this time change will be in place for the rest of the season for Northside and NEISD to make sure that the band, of course, gets in the stands in time before kickoff.
Very important. We were just talking about the weather as well. So let's look out there with live cam for now, 84 degrees, but maybe that later start will be a little helpful because, I mean, it won't be cold by any means, but not as hot. Not as hot.
Helps a little bit. You know, when you're on those buses, if you remember back in the day, you got to roll down all the windows because it gets steamy on those buses too. Hey, I want to show you a picture on KSAT Connect. We talked a little bit about this earlier this week, the Texas sagebush. It is blooming like crazy right now. And of course, the old wives' tale is that if the Texas sage is blooming, there'll be rain coming up soon. We wrote a little bit about that too. Meteorologist Sarah Spivey has a great article on our website, ksat.com, talking about the sage and what it means. And we do have some rain chances in the forecast coming up. As we look at this weekend, 20% Saturday, 30% Sunday, mainly afternoon and evening stuff, isolated, but there are some chances there. And then again, next week with a weak frontal boundary, Wednesday into Thursday. So we have some opportunity, hopefully, to get some rain throughout that 7-day forecast. In the meantime, today, a real scorcher, 105, the forecast high. Heat index could go as high as 106. Be careful out there if you have plans to be outdoors, especially during the late afternoon hours. Coming up, we're going to talk about Hurricane Lee, a Category 5 storm. Pretty incredible. We'll show you the latest here in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Justin. We will be careful. Right now, let's look out there with TransGuide. Weather's not the problem, but we do have an accident there at Loop 410 at Fredericksburg Road. You can see it's an accident there. They're working to clear that up, and right lane is closed right now, so try to be careful. I mean, there is traffic moving, but it's kind of slow.
All right, we have got an action-packed football weekend. Again, David, a 10 of 10 weekend. What are your thoughts?
What kind of weekend?
Justin asked earlier, he's like, where do you rate this weekend on scale 1 to 10? I said a 10.
10. Yeah, I can't get much better than this because we start our coverage with big game coverage coming up tonight, and it's Sam Houston and Jefferson. Jefferson, kind of a surprise team. They're off to a 2-0 start. That Maryland I remember we had them in the Pigskin Classic Saturday afternoon. They run this really solid, old school kind of run the ball down your throat offense. And then, of course, Sam Houston looking to bounce back after a couple of losses. So this will be a good. We're going to be there tonight.
This is going to be a lot of fun. So SAISD Sports Complex. So we're now in the thick of district play here, David. So every game matters here, especially these are 2 longtime SAISD rivals. We're going to be out there. We're going to be doing a live stream out there, meeting with the bands. We saw the band a little earlier. The band's fans and everyone else involved with Friday Night Football.
I don't think we've been to SAISD.
We have not
for
been
our
out there
pregame party, have we? So this is the sports complex over there near Burbank High School, right?
That is it. Yeah, that's it.
Jefferson and Sam Houston.
Yeah, kickoff tonight at 7 o'clock. And again, we're going to be live during the 6 o'clock sports. And then we're going to do our live stream and all the high school action. You can find that on the Night Beat tonight.
Where are you going to be tomorrow about 2 o'clock?
Man, I am ready for this. 2 o'clock, Dave. I'm going to be out there by 11.
Are you going to be
tailgating? We're going to do some tailgating at the Alamo Dome. Okay, UTSA versus Texas State, the I-35 rivalry. And David, they're expecting about 45,000 people. They would make it the second biggest home crowd in UTSA history.
Won't be surprised to see, of course, UTSA coming off that loss to the Cougars last week. Frank Harris, that was a weird game for him.
Yeah.
I don't expect him to ever throw 3 picks in one game for the rest of the season, for the rest of his college career. How many more years that lasts? He's already got, 7 of them? So I think this might be his last one. But he's not going to do that again. And Texas State better be ready because I got a feeling UTSA is going to come in there with A lot of big chip on their shoulders.
Yeah. The Roadrunners are definitely going to be revved up for this one. Actually, UTSA is 4-0 all time against Texas State, and of course the Bobcats are coming off a big win on the road up in Waco. Should be a lot of fun out there at the Alamo Dome. It's going to be a good.
See, that's what's going to make
atmosphere.
it great, though. UTSA got a chip on their shoulder for losing. Texas State feels pretty good about themselves. They beat Baylor. Man. All right. Well, we'll know where you'll be at 2:30 tomorrow afternoon, sitting in the stands.
Yeah, absolutely, yes. At the Dome. You see me at the tailgate as well.
I'm not going to call you. I'm not even going to text you.
All right.
You won't even answer tomorrow. You'll be all wrapped up. All right. So the big game, another big game on Saturday tomorrow is Texas traveling to Tuscaloosa to take on the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Yeah, and if you remember, David, this was a close game, a tough loss for the Horns last year up in Austin. So you can expect them. They're going to want to get revenge against Bama. Yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun. Alabama favored by about 7 points, but there's a lot of people on this UT bandwagon right now.
Yeah, here's the twist. The Alabama quarterback is Jalen Milroe. He actually committed to UT. He's from Katy. He committed to UT several years ago. He's like in his third year at Alabama.
Okay.
But then when they brought in the new regime and it brought in Quentin Ewers, he said, not going to play there.
Yeah.
He goes to Alabama, and now he's the starter. He sat twice, sat 2 years, and now he's the starter for Alabama. So
that should be
Katy.
Yeah, absolutely. That should be a lot of fun. Big time college football action. And you know what? I guess, David, should we mention the Aggies? They are playing tomorrow.
Is that big time college football?
Well, according to Justin, it is.
Yeah, it is. A&M coming off a huge win over to Mexico. Miami coming off a big win. These two teams clashed last year. They're going at it again this year in Miami. Don't worry about the weather because it's hot in Miami. It's hot in Texas. So who cares about the weather? That's not going to play a factor.
Yeah.
So that ought to be a good one too.
And Justin said don't call or text him either at 2:30.
I'm going to start texting him like
on KSAT 12.
Yours starts at 6, right?
This one starts at 2:30.
No, 2:30. I'm sorry. Texas is 6. You're at 2:30. I'm going to text you both. I'm going to just start bothering both of y'all.
Then I'm going to text you at 6 o'clock.
Text starts at 6, and they're playing Oregon.
A lot of texting
in Lubbock. So that'll be all right. So I got to throw that in.
All right, David. And of course, NFL. This is, again, there's so much going on here. NFL starts this weekend as well. Cowboys on the road to start their season. Sunday night football. Here we go, David. And we see Dak there. First time we'll see Dak.
So we're going to see if Dak can lessen those interceptions this year. And the Giants, they're the Giants. They're not all that great this year. So that'll be a good one for the Cowboys to start off the season on the road. Get that road win out of the way.
Yeah, it'd be nice because then they get the Jets next week in Arlington. So a couple of
Aaron
games
Rodgers
versus some
coming to
North.
town, huh?
There you go, Aaron Rodgers. So this is going to be a good matchup here. And then we don't want to forget about the Houston Texans. They are on the road to start the C.J. Stroud era.
Yeah. The Miko Ryans and C.J. Stroud era begins. So we'll see how that works out.
Oh man, there's so much going on, David. Are you just going to be camped on the couch?
Chips and salsa. That's all I got to say. Maybe a hamburger or a hot dog every now and then.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun.
My wife's already said she's going shopping. So
Probably for the best. Yeah.
Good plans there.
Yeah.
Right.
For who, me or her?
Both. It's a win-win.
Probably so.
Thanks, guys.
Right.
Time now is 9:40, and we're now at 85 degrees. You're watching GMSA at 9, and let's look out there with Zoo Cam with our friends, the flamingos at the San Antonio Zoo. They're already out in the heat, and they will be out in the triple-digit heat later this afternoon. And as always, it's a good day to go to the zoo. Just find some good shade out there. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to GMSA at 9, and they keep on talking about this, the extreme heat, and it has raised a lot of concerns about how stable the Texas power grid is.
That's right. CPS Energy says their Sustainable Tomorrow energy plan is helping to save energy usage across San Antonio. Avery Everett found out just how effective the demand response program is and how customers across the city are finding ways to conserve.
To be honest, we're probably fearful every single day.
It's a feeling shared by many in San Antonio right now.
Every day we are manning and positioning ourselves to be in a position to respond to different events or triggers that might happen 24/7, 365.
With warnings of the potential for controlled power outages across the state, CPS Energy says it's working overtime to get customers to conserve energy. Its demand response program is a part of that effort.
We use it more and more now than we ever did back then.
The demand response program has 3 options. A Wi-Fi thermostat rewards program where CPS can control a customer's thermostat during peak demand times. The Power Player program where customers get emails and phone calls to conserve. And the commercial program to cut back energy usage.
When city and county officials sounded the alarm about the potential of controlled outages, I wanted to see just how effective CPS's demand response program was during that time. And they reported that they saved enough power within that program to power 46,000 households. But officials say here at CPS Energy, that's still not enough to cancel out all grid concerns.
We're trying to find a way to engage every customer to get them to save energy.
We're told more than 150,000 thermostats are connected to the Wi-Fi Thermostats Reward program. But some CPS customers say they haven't even heard of demand response.
Honestly, I've never have.
No, ma'am, I have not, honestly.
But they still say they're finding ways to conserve in their own homes.
We are on a budget, so what we do is we try to maintain the electricity, we try to keep the lights off during the day.
It's up to us as a consumer and then up to us as the utility to figure out how we continue to bring that awareness.
The utility says it's a step toward relieving an already stressed power grid. Avery Everett, KSAT 12 News.
And it has been hot, and it'll be very hot today. That'll put everything to the test.
Yep, it's another CPS Energy Yellow Day, by the way. So they're going to be asking for conservation. I'm sure ERCOT will as well, because temperatures are just going to get out of control later today. Before we get to the heat, though, let's talk about the tropics, because we've got a Category 5 storm taking shape out in the Atlantic. First, though, I want to tell you about Margot. She formed yesterday, a tropical storm. This is a non-issue because it stays out over open water, may strengthen to a Category 1 storm, not a big deal. But it's Lee that is really impressive. And when I tell you this thing went from a tropical storm to a Cat 5 storm in a matter of less than 48 hours, it's pretty incredible. Very well defined. Winds are at 165 miles per hour, sustained, gusting to 200. West-northwesterly is the way it's moving at 14 miles per hour. And the pressure continues to drop. This thing gets more and more impressive by the minute. Now, by this afternoon, the Hurricane Center is forecasting this to have sustained winds of 180. That puts it in some rarefied air. That's close to some of the strongest hurricanes we've ever seen in the Atlantic Basin. Now, it is forecast to weaken a little bit, so winds come all the way down to 140 miles per hour. Still a very powerful hurricane, but weakening from where it is by Wednesday. And then from there, most of the computer models take this up towards Canada. But notice there's still a few that want to scrape the east coast of the United States. So this still needs to be watched very closely, especially as strong as it is. And on the Saffir-Simpson scale, keep in mind, winds of greater than 157 miles per hour is when we constitute a Category 5 storm. So that's where this is right now. And I mentioned it's one of the strongest storms we've seen in the Atlantic Basin. If it gets there at 180 today, these are the strongest. All Category 5 storms. Allen actually hit South Texas. It had winds. This is the strongest when you're talking about winds of 190 miles per hour. Did hit South Texas, but not with that strength. It had weakened before it hit our area. Meantime, Labor Day hurricane of 1935, that's the strongest hurricane to actually make landfall. It made landfall with 185 mile per hour winds. It did a ton of damage. The rest of these storms actually weakened a little bit before making landfall. But at any rate, those are the strongest storms in the Atlantic Basin, and Lee is going to be right there with them. 83 right now, heat index is at 88. And the heat indices around the area are starting to jump into the 90s, so it's already starting to feel hot and steamy out there. And boy, by the afternoon, these temperatures are just going to really jump up into the triple digits in most spots. As I said, it's another CPS Energy Yellow Day. They're going to ask for conservation this afternoon between 3 and 9 p.m. Here's a look at your forecast. As far as rain goes, nothing today. We're going to jump into Saturday, though, and I think by Saturday evening, we could see a couple of showers and storms pop up. Isolated stuff, but we need to mention it because there could be some gusty winds with some of this activity. I'd say between 7 and 10 p.m. tomorrow evening, we need to watch for the idea that we could see a couple of storms pop up. Then as we get into Sunday, maybe a little better chance. A weak frontal boundary will be in place. Some isolated stuff Sunday afternoon. Monday is probably a quiet day. most of Tuesday is as well until our next front gets here. And this is the front that actually cools us down a little bit, and it should bring our rain chances back up some Wednesday into Thursday. That's what we have to look forward to. Here it is in the 7-day forecast. 103 Saturday, 101 Sunday, 99 Monday, 98 Tuesday, and then mid to lower 90s by Wednesday and Thursday behind that front. And yes, the rain chances come up just a little bit Wednesday and Thursday. It doesn't look like it's going to be a huge rain event, but at this point, we will take any little bit of rain we can get.
Yes, or cloud cover.
Or cloud cover, cooler temperatures, whatever.
Sure.
We'll take anything, yeah. Yes. And especially important, we got Friday night football tonight, and then also we've been mentioning the UTSA Texas State game. A lot of people are going to be out.
Yeah.
The Alamo Dome.
If you are tailgating tomorrow, drink lots of water. I know there will be
Stay
other
hydrated
beverages
that way.
involved,
That
but
way.
drink lots of water.
Add water to that as well. Yes,
exactly.
Thank you, Justin.
All right, it is 9:50 and 85 degrees now. As we said, it's going to be hot today.
Yes, it is. Everyone's favorite Greek family is back on the big screen.
My father passed away, and his last wish was for us to visit his childhood village and reconnect with our roots. So, we're having a reunion. We're going to Greece. And a big fat.
And when we come back, a look at the history of the My Big Fat Greek Wedding film franchise. Time now is 9:54. A new My Big Fat Greek Wedding movie is in theaters today.
Yeah, these are classics. CNN Rick Damigella looks back at the history of the series.
A long time ago, I had a big fat Greek wedding.
More than 20 years ago, Nia Vardalos introduced us to the Portokalos family in My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
No one in my family has ever gone out with a non-Greek before. Oh!
Fast forward to 2016, My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2 showed us married life for Tula and Ian.
Ian and I are just trying to find a minute to ourselves.
And parenthood.
Florida, Texas, New York. These are the colleges I'm applying to. Why do you want to leave me?
Payback. Michael Constantine, who played Tula's father Gus, died in 2021. Vardalos says she wrote My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3, reflecting Constantine's desire that the story continue.
My father passed away, and his last wish was for us to visit his childhood village and reconnect with our roots. So, we're having a reunion. We're going to Greece.
Oh, yeah. Fans of the first two films will recognize plenty of familiar faces.
I'm calling it. You got us back to Greece. You're the head of the family now.
I can't really day drink like this.
Don't worry, a lady is never drunk.
The movie marks a franchise first for Vardalos, who took on directing duties for the third installment. Looking for platters of baklava in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
And a quick check of the roads with TransSky, looking over at Loop 410 at Cherry Ridge, where things are slow moving right now. So a little bit of a slowdown. All the vehicles there backed up. So you may want to avoid the area or just be prepared for that slowdown.
All right, Justin, we're expecting today to be a scorcher, unfortunately.
105.
Yes.
105. We just put that into the list. This year's been special.
It's special, yes, that's one way to look at it. But hope next week and have a wonderful weekend. Yes, we look forward to it.